Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to a report by Liberty Times, the legendary investor Warren Buffett has paused his annual multi-billion-dollar donation of Berkshire Hathaway stock to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. This marks the first disruption in his giving to the foundation in 20 years. Sources reveal that the 95-year-old billionaire decided to delay the transfer, typically completed in late June or early July, until later this year, potentially around Thanksgiving. The decision is driven by Buffett's desire to wait for the results of an independent investigation. The Gates Foundation has commissioned a law firm to review its historical ties with the deceased disgraced financier and sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, with results expected this summer. Between 2006 and 2025, Buffett donated approximately $48 billion to the Gates Foundation. However, interactions between Buffett and Bill Gates have reportedly cooled in recent years. Buffett resigned as a foundation trustee in 2021 and announced in 2024 that his remaining fortune would go to family foundations instead. Buffett also confirmed he has not contacted Gates since the U.S. Department of Justice released Epstein-related documents, indicating a significant rift between the former close allies. According to GG Press, the French Senate passed a bill on June 29 aiming to regulate Chinese e-commerce platforms such as Shein and Temu. The legislation targets ultra-fast fashion, characterized by extremely low-priced and low-quality clothing. Under the new law, which has already cleared the lower house and is set to take effect on September 1st following President Emmanuel Macron's signature, France will impose fines on a per-item basis and ban all domestic advertising for these products, including influencer promotions. Fines will be determined by the French government based on sales volume and pricing, capped at up to 50% of the item's retail price. These penalties are expected to increase progressively, potentially reaching up to €20, approximately 3,700 yen per item by the year 2030. The law represents a significant step by France to curb the environmental and economic impact of hyper-consumerist fast fashion imports. According to a report by TSMC, Apple is facing a major security breach ahead of the scheduled September release of the iPhone 18 Pro. The assembly plant for the device, India-based Tata Electronics, was recently targeted by a hacker group known as World Leaks. After demanding a ransom, the hackers leaked highly sensitive commercial secrets onto the dark web. The leaked cache contains over 200,000 files, including detailed model photographs, component charts, battery and camera specifications, and circuit board details for the iPhone 18 Pro. Confidential information that Apple has never made public. Furthermore, the leak reportedly includes design files related to older iPhones, Tesla, and crucial supply chain partners such as TSMC and Qualcomm. While Apple and Tata Group have not yet responded, sources indicate that Apple is extremely concerned about the exposure of its proprietary supplier network, which could potentially strain its partnership with Tata Electronics, one of its primary manufacturers outside of China. According to a report by Sing Tao, following the devastating 7.2 and 7.5 magnitude earthquakes that struck north-central Venezuela last Wednesday, the Chinese government has announced an additional 100 million Yuan, approximately 13.8 million USD, in emergency humanitarian aid. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Guo Jiakun stated that this unconditional material aid, intended for search and rescue operations and post-disaster reconstruction, will be dispatched to the country as quickly as possible. This is in addition to the cash assistance previously provided by Beijing. Furthermore, China has provided satellite imagery of the disaster areas to support localized rescue coordination. In the affected regions, hope briefly flared when search and rescue workers successfully pulled a 21-year-old man alive from the rubble in Carabaleta, 106 hours after the collapse. However, aftershocks continued to shake the region, with a magnitude 4.2 tremor felt in the capital, Caracas. The humanitarian situation remains critical, as the death toll has tragically surpassed 1,450 people, with more than 3,150 injured, and the critical 72-hour golden window for survival has now closed. According to a report by the Liberty Times, former Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez, who served from 2014 to 2022, is scheduled to return to Honduras in July and appear in court on August 3rd to face corruption charges. Hernandez was convicted in the United States in 2024 for conspiring to import hundreds of tons of cocaine into the U.S. and was sentenced to 45 years in prison. However, he was pardoned by then-President Donald Trump last November. Following his pardon, Hernandez claimed he had been set up by the Biden administration and expressed his gratitude to Trump. Despite his release from U.S. custody, the Honduran judiciary announced that he must face trial at home. Prosecutors in Honduras accuse him of embezzling approximately $2 million in government funds to finance his 2014 presidential campaign, as well as committing fraud and money laundering. Currently residing in the United States, Hernandez asserted on social media that the allegations are completely baseless and maintained his innocence, stating that the truth will eventually prevail. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.